Hey there, welcome back to No Recipe Required. Hope you're doing well tonight. What I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you how to make a pizza dough, or actually roll out a pizza dough. I never really make my own, or I rarely make my own. While it can be great, I find going to the local pizzeria and buying pizza dough is frankly a whole lot easier and pretty darn good in and of itself. So I figure that's a good substitute when I want to make my own pizza. The biggest secret to rolling it out is actually not to roll it at all. Rolling dough, like with a hand roller or something like that, is really, really tough. I find much easier to kind of stretch it out and work with your hands to get the consistency and thinness that you want to do. Let me show you how to do it. As I mentioned, I buy dough. This is a pizza dough that I just got from, like I said, the local pizzeria. They've got it at the store as well. I've bought that as well, but I actually find pizza shops do a little bit better. I like them a little bit better. And it feels a little awkward when you first walk in and say, hey, can I just have a pizza dough? But I've never had anybody look at me funny or sideways. They just give me a price. So what I do is, first thing, I get a little bit of flour on my board. Makes it a little bit easier and less slippery or less sticky. Makes it a little more slippery and easy to move. And the first thing I do is just start moving it with my hands and pulling it apart. I do two pulls. One is the outside pull where I'm just stretching out the very edges, and then I do kind of the inside pull where I'm pulling out from the middle. To the extent you take and do a rolling pin, I find it really tough because the dough is so elastic that it just kind of stretches back, and so this kind of pulling is really, I think, the way to go. And you can also kind of start using the weight of the dough itself. Use kind of the rounded hand to get down under there, and use your other hand, just kind of stretch it out. If you happen to, put a hole in it, oops, something like that, just go ahead and patch it up. It's not really going to be a big deal. It may split open again, but it's going to be perfectly fine. I tend to go thin, probably thinner than you think, on a dough as you're stretching it out, because it does puff up and get a little bit thicker in the oven. But you can experiment a little bit between thicknesses. You're trying to get as consistent as possible across. You don't really want, say, this side super thick and this side super thin. Otherwise, you'll get areas that just aren't cooked the same. And you're looking for, rather than a certain size thinness or thickness, you're looking for uniformity and consistency throughout the dough. I've got another couple holes there. Again, you just kind of squeeze them together, patch them up, you'll be totally fine. This one is looking pretty good. The downside of not rolling it out, I never get a perfectly round pizza. If that's your goal, you probably do need to roll it out in a more traditional fashion. But frankly, if my pizza looks like this, I'm totally fine with it. So that's how I roll out a pizza dough. I'll see you next time, and No Recipe Required.